right, man. Tszyu speaks on Charlo, um, Erickson Lubin. So let's speak on it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, and keep Thurman. Subscribe to the button, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So Tszyu rips Erickson Lubin. There's been contrasting reports saying, Lubin camp said they never received the offer. Tszyu said they got scared. Tszyu rips Erickson Lubin. They started getting cold feet. So, the worst kept secret in box was Tszyu was supposed next opponent. Erickson Lubin no longer walks around with the perfect record, but he's put in enough work over the years. Shout out to Hans. He wrote this on Boxing to prove that he's one of the best 154 pounders around. That was solidified once he grabbed a somewhat controversial win over Jesus Ramos Jr. a few months ago. From there, the conclaves were allegedly held between both camps. Nothing was concrete, but Tszyu was convinced that his next dance partner was just a signature away. But for some reason that ain't exactly clear, talks broke down. Tszyu 29 wasn't surprised when he was given the news. Actually, he saw it coming. He said, "quote It's typical, Tszyu told a group of reporters they started getting cold feet. So what do I do?" The show goes on. As Tszyu alludes to, the show will certainly go on officially. He'll fight for just a second time in America against Keith Thurman March 30th at a catch weight of 155 pounds. So get to the meat of it. He said, "I'm prepping for a southpaw for about 7 weeks now. I've been going pretty solid now, but I'm a little bit more happier that it's Keith Thurman, bigger name, bigger caliber fighter." So basically, he's saying that they got cold feet and then signed, but they saying they never got a contract. So, you just all boils down to Al Heyman. That's what it boils down to. It all boils down to Al Heyman. It all boils down to Al Heyman. It all boils down to Al Heyman. So that's what it all boils down to. That's what it all boils down to. Something probably happened between Al Heyman and whatever the situation was. Then he goes on to say he's a fraud. Tszyu slams coward Charlo as Aussie champs opens up on the biggest fight of his career. Let's see if we can get a quote here. Aussie WO welterweight champion Tszyu has labeled Jamil Charlo coward and a fraud as he gears up for his Las Vegas debut against Keith Thurman in March. It was announced that Charlo will be stripped of the WBO title in 2023. He got stripped a lot of stuff. So, having last defended his WC belt in 2020, Charlo was handed champion recess tag, meaning Sebastian Fonbora and Shiri Bohako will be fighting for the belt on the Tszyu Thurman card. He said, I've come to the conclusion that I'm never going to fight him because he's a bit of a coward. And finally, all the sanctioned belt bodies are realizing that he's a fraud, as Tszyu said. He went so hard to win the belts, and you have to go even harder to keep him. What did he do? He just stopped fighting. That's unfair for the rest of the division. It's held us all up for 2 or 3 years. So let him go into hiding into his little holiday or whatever he does. Not my concern. He's not on my radar anymore for anyone at the moment. He's got nothing to bring. That stripping of the belt should have happened months ago when me and Mendoza fought. And that's basically what he's saying. He should be unified champion right now. Because when Mendoza had the interim title and all of a sudden it just went away when they fought. Whatever belts are belts, but I'm going for history, making stuff. Pinch yourself in the moment. So I mean, he got a point. He got a point. He got an actual point that, Charlo held that division up, but some people complain when it's Charlo, but when Canelo hold the division up, it's different because Canelo big money and everybody hoping to land that fight, even guys that don't have a mere shot at landing the fight. So nobody really complains about Canelo holding the division up. And if they do complain, those complaints come on, deaf ears. That's just what it is. those complaints come on deaf ears because he's the money man and he brings all the money to the table. So, but yeah, we don't even know if Charlo gonna be fighting again. That's the honest truth. We not even sure if Charlo gonna be fighting again. So um that's the interesting thing about it. We don't even know if this dude gonna be fighting again. And he right. Terrence Crawford don't want nothing to do with him. Tszyu don't want nothing to do with him. He still only holds the WBA belt. That's it. But he goes on. Thurman last bout came against Barros 2022, but Tszyu has no doubts this clash will be the toughest of his already storied career. This is your pinch yourself moment. And when you think of the word YOLO, this is it. When you talk about the moment experiences, Tszyu said, T-Mobile Arena headline Amazon Prime in the United States is a big deal. He said, I love fighting in Australia. It's been an absolute honor, but I'm not glad I'm here at the airport to do history making things. Heath Thurman got a caliber, and his name has definitely been much higher than my ones. His resume is much better. So I mean, he's just looking at this as a stepping stone to popularity in the U.S. I heard Jeff Mayweather. He's picking Canelo. He said he's picking Keith Thurman to beat Tszyu. So you know, so I mean, it is what it is. So excuse me. So that is what it is. You know, but I just feel that hey, it's a namesake. It's like a cash out for Keith Thurman. But he's never faced Tszyu in his life. That's the most challenging part for him. When I peak, I peak. He will feel it. He's never been in the ring with anyone like me. He said, interestingly, Tszyu has studied Keith Thurman's fighting style closely, assisting in Pacquiao's training camp in 2019, which led to another name for the Filipino legend. In 2019, I got to call for sparring Manny Pacquiao. I was told to mimic him, so I had a good watch film and had to sort of impersonate him in sparring. Tszyu said. He said, "I know what he brings. I know what he likes. What he likes. And it's crazy that 4 years later we are doing this show together." So, uh, he said when asked if rumors were true, he was sitting next to Zephyr on a flight in the U.S. on Monday. Tszyu took his own jet. He said, "Nah, sorry, man. He was a couple rows behind me." Also, because Zephyr gonna be fighting Lara on the undercard. I think he Australian too. So, um, so you know, uh, so I mean, at the end of the day, with Keith Thurman, I mean, it's a good fight. It's funny that Tszyu is headlining the first ever PBC card on Amazon Prime. Um, what with the American and Canelo Alvarez as well too. Um, so yeah, I mean it's exciting. It's a good fight card. I'd like to see Keith Thurman a little bit more active, but obviously Keith Thurman felt that he could beat Tszyu, or he wouldn't have took the fight, So if that's the case, that's the case. Um, and I find it funny. I would love to see Tszyu trying to mimic what Keith Thurman does in the ring as a sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao. But at least he said he studied him. A lot of these fighters, don't watch no film. I let my team watch the film and all that stuff. At least he studied him and got an idea what Keith Thurman like to do, being in the camp with Manny Pacquiao. So I think Pacquiao was trying to really mimic that punching power and prepare his body for those punching blows. And he was looking for this heavy-handed guys. And obviously, it worked out for Manny Pacquiao. He eked out the decision over Keith Thurman. So Then Keith Thurman went back into hiding after he got his check. You know what I'm saying? Um, but nonetheless, nonetheless, I just feel that Keith Thurman's a good fight. Just Lubin was thing. Lubin's, it would have been hard to justify to put Lubin and Tszyu on pay-per-view. With Keith Thurman, I guess you can justify it. He's been on pay-per-view a couple times. So I guess in a way that you can justify that. So, and I think in a way they will justify it. So quite obviously. So but he basically said Tszyu ducked. I mean Erickson Lubin ducked. And that kind of like, wasn't kind of what we was hearing. Cause Lubin said he was under impression that he was fighting and he was ready to fight. And it sounded like somebody lying, or it sounded like Al Heyman probably is withholding information. That's probably what it is Al Heyman is withholding information. That's probably exactly what it is. That's probably Al Heyman withholding information. So I think that could be the case. But at this point, who knows? Who really knows what's going on? But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link inscription. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.